Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show with Mike and T-Roy. I know it's rare to hear us on a Friday.
All right. It's my day off, man.
Yeah, I know. This is like literally my day off. And here we are in here. What would make us come in here? Well, Jade. Is it Catapretta?
Catapretta. Pew, 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 pew.
Or as Newberg calls you, Cat Pretzel.
Yes, can of pretzels.
Can of pretzels.
Yes.
Was it can of pretzels or
Jade can of pretzels.
Oh, I love him. He's so great. Welcome to Michigan. How
it's an
are
honor.
you?
Thank you for letting me in on a Friday where you guys do weird stuff just by yourselves. So
Yeah,
I'm glad to be here.
You're interrupting Lego time.
Yeah, right. You guys just do Legos naked.
I just do Legos. There's no naked. I know people probably think we're a couple. We're not. We're just.
I wish you guys were a couple. Can
Wouldn't
you
that be
imagine
cool?
the
Be a power
dynamic?
couple, right?
Yeah, you would be. I mean, you guys are a power couple.
We'd be
you know what I mean?
arguing
You just
the-
don't fuck.
on-
Yeah.
on
We
the
just
mic all
don't
the time.
fuck it
Yeah.
at all. Separate bedrooms. It's
If
like
you
an
fucked,
old married.
who would be the top? Really, I don't know. I feel like you guys are kind of both tops in your.
Well,
weird-
I like to think I am, but I tell everybody it's nice having a man around the house. Someone that can take out the garbage, someone that can fix a broken light.
He's
Like
not
all
very
that
handy.
shit.
I have never said that. I'm OCD. I like things real, like dink, kind of creepy.
I was super, at early, 23 years old,
Yeah.
landed on like one of the biggest shows in the country, and we got paid well. And so,
Remember getting paid for this?
Yeah, it was crazy. And so most of my early adult life, it was like, yeah, we'll just pay someone to do everything. Like, pay someone to do everything. And now it's like, oh, yeah, you're a shitty podcaster, so you don't get paid like you did before. And now it's like, I don't know how to clean a house.
You got to get a robot
I don't know
in
how
here,
to
dude.
cook.
You
A
got to
what?
get a robot in here. ASAP.
We're waiting
It's
for the sex
happening.
robots. once you can bang them and they can answer all your questions and stuff
clean.
And clean.
All in one, yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that's why everybody's becoming gay now, because it's like we'll have the robots for the things that are like hetero, and then we'll have fun with the
Is
other stuff.
everybody becoming gay now?
I feel like they are. Maybe it's just it's self-reflective.
Maybe it's
but-
you. Yeah, you're
No, but it
looking in the
does
mirror.
feel. When you know
You do
about
live in
something,
LA.
it's true. When you know about something, you see it all the time.
Yeah.
So now I just feel like wherever I go, there's just lesbians and gay people everywhere. I love it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's like when you're, you never notice they say like a mattress store until you're looking for a mattress, and then it's like, holy
That's
shit,
all you see.
They're everywhere.
Yeah.
Commercials.
And now your computer does that too. You say anything, and then your phone is like, "Did you want to buy that?"
It's
And
creepy.
you're like, yes, I do.
It's fucking creepy.
I love it.
Do you really?
Yeah, on the road. I miss my Google. I'm like, "Hey Google." Huh?
Can't you
What
do it to your
was
phone
the-
anyway?
No, it's not the same.
What was the one we did,
Not-
Troy?
Are you sure about that?
I don't know why, but it's not the same. You know,
Okay.
you got to press a button. I just want to say it out loud, and then she tells me.
I think you can do that. Like, hey Siri, you can program it so you can just say it.
Really?
I think
Yeah,
so,
you're
yeah.
Changing my life right now.
I think I did. I think it just made it way better.
T, what was the one that really creeped us out? But we might have had Newberg in, or we were
No,
talking
it
to
was
him.
Raj. Raj was in.
Raj was in.
Yeah.
Was it a scary robot story?
No,
No,
but it was
but
just the phone was down. We were doing he was just talking, just stuff that he was talking about.
At the time he lived in LA,
Texas, and
and-
the den on Sunset, and like some fucking Hasselhoff or somebody was talking about. Richard
So LA.
Marx.
Richard Marx.
Anyway.
He was talking about seeing
Yeah.
Dick Marks on a plane,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and all of a sudden Troy's phone.
No, it was just down. It was later that night, but I went to my search, like actually search something in Google,
Right.
and it came up in the menu. I had
Really
actually searched
creepy.
them, like line items,
Like Mesquite, Texas,
a link to
the
the den
den
on
and-
Sunset, and Richard Marx. Were, like, my
Ooh,
last
that's a
three
little
searches.
creepy.
That's
huh?
a bit much, isn't it?
It's
So
a
tell me
little
again why you like it.
What? Oh, I love it because I love
Convenience?
information. Yeah, informational nuggets. Like, remember when people knew stuff and it was like impressive? I was one of those kids. Like, did you know? Like, I was
Yeah,
one of those kids
yeah.
for sure. And so learning stuff like, wait, what is this? Like the other day we were talking about like we didn't know where the term wasp came from. We were like, it's because they're like wasps and they have stripes and like that's
You're talking
it,
about
right?
the bee or the offensive term to?
Well, yeah, we were like, it's probably about the bee, right? But it's not. It's like it stands for white Anglo-Saxon
Protestant.
Protestant.
Is
yeah.
that right?
Yes.
Pulled that out of
And I never knew
nowhere.
that. Yeah, and I just love asking her. But since I've come home,
Who are
she's
wasps
slow.
again? Is that Italian? Is wasp?
No, wasp is more like uptight white
I was going to say
people.
white's right in the name.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
Are we
waspy.
wasps?
No,
I'm not
you're not
Presbyterian.
uptight.
No, you're not what?
Presbyterian.
Yeah.
I was raised
I assume you have to be
Presbyterian.
white
My
and
grandma was.
a Presbyterian to be a wasp. So that's prerequisite.
God,
I never knew that.
I didn't either.
Google taught me. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So that's why I love her. The
That's
information.
funny because like 8 years ago, I
Yeah.
pulled up a list. It had to have been 10 pages deep of all like racist terms and like their origin story. And I read all of them. It was
Right?
awesome.
Is WASP going to be a thing now that we can't say? White people are going to be like, I'm offended.
Yeah.
It's like, okay.
Yeah. Everything's offensive to everybody now.
Wasn't it
tough.
always a derogatory term
What?
in a way?
Wasp? Yeah,
You
I think so.
wasp.
Yeah.
It's like a character description.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We've seen it. Who was it? The Slants. Remember that band? The Slants? A bunch
I thought that was
Asian
another
guys.
term. I was like, what did you
Yeah.
call me?
Wow. It was a double
No.
entendre.
Yeah, it
Oh.
was. Slants is a derogatory term, like slope, for Asians. And this band got into a fight. They tried to ban them from being able to call their band the Slants.
Were they Asian?
Yeah.
Oh,
There were
okay.
Asian guys in
Yeah.
LA, I believe. And I think they won their lawsuit.
I
mean,
would
it
hope so. Yeah.
comes down to free
It's not like they were
speech,
the
but-
N-words or something. Like,
Right.
It actually has another meaning, like an actual
Which
slant,
some
too.
rappers have in their titles and their names. You know, you
NWA.
can claim your own, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe that would be
Exactly.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's such a fine line of like, how far do you go? And,
Right.
you know, that's why I just like to talk about my pussy. And that's my whole comedy.
Your
You
comedy's
can't
great.
tell me.
You've got a real presence on stage. I
thank
love it. I
you.
didn't know what to expect. Anytime Newberg calls me and says, dude, you gotta, like, you'll love Jade. He loves, I've known Chris forever. And he's like, dude, I'm telling you, she's fucking rock star. She's awesome.
About to
And
blow
I'm
up,
like-
he said.
I'm like, all right, well, we'll come
Every
in
day I
and
think that.
do a
Every
show."
year.
Well, you've made it to the
thank
main
you.
stage at Ridley's.
No, I feel very proud of where I am. Yeah. I
Yeah,
feel proud.
yeah. You should, and I think you're getting back into stand-up, right?
You know,
were
I
kinda
have a love
alluding
hate.
to that.
I have kind of a love hate relationship where like I can never really fully do it full out because acting is really something like a passion and development too. And so
You're good at that too.
Oh, thanks, man.
Yeah, I
and,
was watching your sizzle reel and some other shit.
Okay.
Full research.
Don't make your boyfriend jealous.
I know, right?
Um,
Look at the notes I have on you.
Oh my gosh, your handwriting is actually very good
Well,
for a
thank
dude.
you.
Yeah.
For a dude.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's a good hand. You have a good. Let me see
unique.
it. I'm into
Yeah.
fonts.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I feel like you can tell a lot about a person from their font.
Oh, what's that tell
Really?
about him?
What does it say about me?
Organized.
No.
But
So
in a
not,
way,
though.
but in a messy way. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
like you're my dad. My dad
Dysfunctionally
has these
organized.
piles. He knows where things are in the different piles, but they're in piles.
I'm sort of like that.
There you
I
go.
get very nervous. I have imposter syndrome really bad. So I always feel like whenever we have a guest in, whether it's a rock star or an actress or a comic, I always feel like I'm not good enough. Troy's not good enough. These people don't belong. They shouldn't be here, because
very
they're
open
better
to
than
share
us.
that.
Yeah, it's really so. I'll be like, oh fuck, now I got to go do a shitload of homework and try to be really cool with a guest and make
so
them feel
hard on
comfortable.
yourself.
Oh yeah, super.
Why were you like
Well,
that as a little kid? Were your parents like that towards you?
I think I would have been a decent actor or stand-up, but so much stage fright, I could never do it.
Stop.
I swear to God, yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
really fascinated by that. I've been doing a lot of research. I'm trying to do a show about like kind of more the science of stand-up. Nobody fucking steal it. And one of the things is just talking about the actual presence of being on stage and
Yeah.
like being comfortable at being on stage and how much of that is like mental illness.
So much
Like
of
you
it.
sort of have to be blatantly like unaware of the fear.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or beat it, after you do it so much. You
Or
kind of beat
drink,
it.
and that makes
Or
you...
drink. A lot
do
of people
blow
do.
and do-
Exactly.
Yeah, a lot of people do that, which is why most of our comic friends struggle with all kinds of stuff. I mean, like...
that weird? Yeah.
It's so funny because you see them on stage, and there's so much... Like, you have so much confidence on stage.
Oh, thank you,
Literally
man.
like a suck my dick from the stage kind of attitude.
Yeah,
like,
that's-
you're going to come with me on a little
That's the
trip.
character I
Yeah.
use.
Suck
to-
my pussy,
So I don't die.
technically.
Yeah.
But
I think it was a direct quote, actually.
I know this with, yeah, it might have been, but it's great. And it's so funny because I've talked about this before. We've had my job on the morning show. I love stand-up comedy so much. I would bring everyone in, from Greg Giraldo to Doug
I love
Stanhope
Greg, yeah.
to Billy Burr to fucking Louie. Like, name them, I would bring them in, and they would come in, and some of the most were like Gilbert Godfrey,
Oh, Gilbert.
Doug Stanhope, and who was the guy from the cop movies back in the day?
Bobcat?
Bobcat.
I love him.
Nice.
And they would come in,
Paul.
and they're the most fucking meek, mild, quiet.
Bobcat is like
Can I
a legend.
please?
Yeah.
Oh my God. And then they'd get on a microphone, and it would turn on, and like Stanhope, we did a big show. It turned into a whole thing because he brought these openers with him that sucked.
Sometimes the people can't help it. No comment.
Too soon, man. Too soon.
Like, there's a whole story
Yeah.
behind this. So
Fuck,
I went over to the venue with him in the afternoon. It's this big, couple thousand seat venue. He sold it out. They're good.
Okay, I'm like, I
Sold it
don't have
out.
an eye. Okay, yeah.
And the crowd loved Stanhope, but he had like 4 or 5 early people on with him. He's still eating Tic Tacs.
Tic Tac
And
Yum.
they fucking ate shit hard.
Yeah, that
And the place
happens.
is booing him. And Doug got offended and came out on stage and ripped everybody.
Yeah.
Went nuts. And it was like, I don't know how you go from one thing like so sweet off the air, like, oh my God, can I please have a water, to like this massive
It's
personality.
wild.
It's
yeah.
wild.
And it drains you. Like I joke about it, but like you do drain. It's like you're so present. It drains your soul a little. Like after sometimes on a Sunday, after I've done 7 shows, I'm like it feels
Yeah.
like the soul has come out of my body. But also my therapist is like, you need to find that personality that you are on stage in your real life. Cause I'm
Yeah.
a real, like, I'm a kind of a pushover and like, I'm like, sorry. And then I'm on stage and like, so what pussy?
Yeah.
So maybe like that's the character we all develop as people to sort of like, it's our shield, it's our defense
Totally.
system. And then we get to use it for good instead of evil. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
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 A lot of times you're portraying the person you wish you were.
Yeah. I think
on
a
some
little, I'm
level.
getting a little closer. I'm growing out my mustache. Like it's a big deal.
Nice,
so,
nice.
Coming in good. I like it.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
For those wondering, Jade Catapretta, or what was it? Cat
You said it
Canna
better.
pretzel.
Jade-
Canna pretzel.
or people sometimes call me Jade Jedica Prada Pickett Smith.
Yeah. Why?
yeah.
Why the hyphen? Was that always there?
That's always been there. It actually means black gold. It's from an area in Brazil where they would find actual black
great Soul
gold.
Asylum song.
Beautiful. Yeah. It is?
Yeah.
Black gold?
Black gold. Yeah.
Ooh, I need to.
There you go.
Okay, do we have both our dogs
Yeah,
are
they
here,
can't get
Cheryl
out.
and CeCe, but
CeCe and
I see
Cheryl.
CeCe, but I don't see Cheryl. That's making. Oh, I
Cheryl.
see her. I saw her butt. She's alive.
She's just fine.
An eagle hasn't eaten her.
Oh, yeah. Hawk, maybe.
Yeah, we
Don't
gotta
even.
look out for
Did you
those.
see that thing where the girl throws out the flying squirrel and then as it's coming back, a fucking
No.
bird swipes it?
a bunch of
Oh
those, yeah.
God,
Yeah.
it breaks my heart. But yeah, my
Owners
name.
with little dogs have that. So I'm sorry. Your
It's
name?
it's always been like that ever since. Like it was like my grandfather's name, and it makes people's brain malfunction. It's
Yeah.
crazy. They're like, they don't.
Well, it's like, is it Jade Predicata, Catapretta? Is it Jada?
Yeah,
Because I
it's all
even
of
wrote
the
down
above.
Jada, and I know it's not Jada.
because it rhymes with catapreta, so people want to
Yeah.
say Jada. I don't know why when people call me Jada, it makes me.
How do you
nuts.
say it really in Portuguese?
In Portuguese? It's Jaji Moreira Cata Preta.
Oh shit!
yeah.
Come
Say it
on.
again.
Over me.
Hold on. Say it again.
Jaji Moreira Cata Preta.
That's so sexy.
Yeah, it's
telling
so
you.
good.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's like that comic. Have you guys met Rafi Bassas? Incredible comic. Everybody look him up. He's like basically the Chappelle of Brazil. Just like was a huge first comic there. Opened a club. Like was one of the first guys to do stand up like as themselves, not as a character. And I brought him. He's in the States now, crushing it, doing a tour in Portuguese. He is like the most suave, like dun, 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 America. Hi, my name is Rafi. He's Borat. Like it's
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
crazy. So
That's got to
I-
be hard to do it in 2 languages.
incredible what he's doing. Incredible. He's
Yeah.
like selling out this tour now, doing it in English. There's a lot of Brazilian fans still, but he's building his own fan base, and I'm
Does
trying to do it
Portuguese
there.
translate
No.
easily? No.
No.
See, that would be really hard,
Yeah,
and a lot lost in translation. Probably.
Everything lost in translation, referentially, completely different. The way that people speak is differently. It's slower.
Yeah.
Even though people are talking really fast, they're not saying as much. It's interesting. Like the jokes are a little more basic still because they're not as developed as we are yet.
Sure.
Comedy's been around in America for fucking
Forever.
ever.
Yeah.
And there it's still kind of a newer art form, and a lot of it, gets copied or like based on American rhythms, and it's really interesting watching it bloom there. It's beautiful. I love being a part of
it's
it.
Interesting you say that, because I noticed that there's a real push, it seems like anyways, on Netflix to be more diverse, more.
Oh yeah.
And so you're getting a lot of comics with shows that probably aren't ready for an hour special on a Netflix. And you're seeing that like, holy shit, okay, these are non-American comics trying to do an American art form.
Yeah.
And these are the first gen.
Yeah.
And so you see it, and they're, making them the same as,
Oh,
it's like
dude,
watching comedy from the 80s.
These guys, exactly.
Yeah.
I've said that these guys are like basically doing what's called a solo show after like 2-3 years of doing comedy.
Yeah,
like these
crazy.
sold out stadiums. Like they have these. They don't do this here, but they do these. what's it called when you're like at a place for a while? Residency.
Residency, yeah.
So at these malls with these huge theaters. I'm talking about like movie theaters.
Like
that
in
they
Brazil,
turn into,
you talking
in
about?
Brazil.
Yeah.
And they're sold out for like a year, like every Friday, Saturday.
Wow.
And they're just crushed. And there was an improv show that did that for years, like 12 years. They sold out the show every Thursday for like years.
Yeah.
Improv, short form. Have you
What
heard
is
of
it?
that in
Because it's
America?
new.
Yeah.
It's like a new
Second City.
art form.
Yeah, but not like that. In a tiny theater too, you know?
Yeah.
It's because they don't have as much of that stuff on TV. They don't have that as much of that stuff available to them. So it's like they see most of it online. So to get to be a part of like the cultural scene of it, and there's just a fuck ton more people.
Yeah.
And Brazilians like to go out and they like to be like energetically in the same room, and they're very supportive. The fan base in Brazil, like everybody's very
The
hard.
crowds are good. They know.
Oh yeah.
You performed there, right? Obviously.
I did. I
When you were
ate a
just
lot
there.
of shit in front of a lot of people. Yeah,
You do
yeah,
it
yeah.
and try and do it in Portuguese.
Yeah. So I told myself I wouldn't do stand up this
So
round.
you sound like Borat to them.
Exactly. I sound so fucking white, and it's heartbreaking to me because I'm Brazilian, you know, and I mean, I can get there, but it takes me like a few weeks of being there to kind of get more comfortable, and my vocabulary is shit, and I say things that I think like so confidently that are not words. They're like American words, but with a Portuguese accent. So I just shot a pilot while I was there, basically making fun of that, and different Brazilian comics taking me out to do Brazilian things, and me
Yeah.
being like, what is it? You know, like fish out of
What is
water
it?
kind of feeling.
Brazilian, obviously,
Yeah.
wax. I think wax.
Steakhouse.
Yeah, steakhouse,
Brazilian
soccer.
steakhouse.
What's with all the meats,
Brazilian
right?
jiu-jitsu. Is
Yes,
that's
yes,
big, right?
Yes, huge. Yeah.
What else is Brazil?
Nuts. Brazil
Sugar
nuts.
cane?
Brazilian
Are we
nuts?
talking about? I mean, people who are super open and sexual and
Really?
physicality. Yeah, oh yeah. Like you go there, it's part of the physicality to like meet someone, you hug them, you kiss them. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not talking about like a mwah, mwah, like you kiss their cheek, like it's very intimate.
Well, you're a hugger when you come in, which I love because that's how I am.
I'm a hugger, yeah.
If you're a friend, like you're a friend for life. Like that's it.
That's
And
how I feel. Yeah.
that Newberg comes in, he gets a giant bear hug. Like it's just.
But that's not an American mentality.
No,
thing.
it's more
You're a
European.
foof. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so people are cleaner there because of it. Like I've been trying to write a bit about it. Like people know that they're going to be hugged and kissed, and so there's like this mentality of like all the men smell really good there, and
Oh
like
boy, we failed there.
you smell great.
Oh yeah, sure.
So self-conscious.
Have a
So
So
bad.
self-conscious.
It's
worse
so
than
bad.
me. Worse than me.
Yeah,
So
I'm worse
funny.
than anyone you know. I promise you.
Oh my God.
I promise you.
Say, hey, number one. Come on.
What?
You're number one in that. So you gotta have some confidence
hey,
in that.
Well, what a wonderful thing to be done.
Winner, winner.
Hey, Jade Catapretta. You can go to jadecatapretta.com. Her special Jaded is on YouTube. You can check
It
that
is.
out. If you're looking for something to do this weekend, including tonight for those listening live, Mark Ridley's Comedy Castle. It's one of our favorites. I've known Mark for 100
So
years.
excited to be here. Yeah.
Yeah. So you got two shows tonight, 7:15 and 9:45. And then two shows Saturday, 7 o'clock and 9:30. If you're looking for tickets, 248-542-9900 or visit comedycastle.com. And yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's not easy to get right on stage and headline at Ridley's. He's kind of a
Yeah?
dick about that. He's a
Oh, is
stickler.
it? Wow,
Yeah.
even better. I've been really excited.
Because you're not featuring, you're headlining.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah.
How did that come about? Do they contact you? You contact them? Are you looking for stuff? How do you get?
I
that
am
gig?
through. I'm at Gersh, so I have an agent now
Okay.
with comedy.
Oh, okay.
As far as some of the stuff, I'll still do myself. But as I told you guys, I have sort of a love-hate. And right before COVID hit, I had like a huge city tour for the Soup happening, and
Yeah.
then COVID hit, and then I was going out a lot during COVID. Actually, still kind of making up those
Yeah.
dates. And so I burnt out a little bit, like at the end of 2021, 2022.
Yeah.
So I have not been doing as much road work.
Yeah.
But it's hard to do at medium. You got to kind of go full in or full
Yeah.
out. So
Yeah.
I'm just doing the clubs that I've always wanted to do, this one being one of them. And
It's a great club.
Just, yeah. And then I'm doing Acme and, the ones that I just really, really love. And
Yeah.
So that's
Are you going to
been
get down to the
exciting.
mothership?
What is that?
That's Rogan's
Rogan's.
new club down in
Oh,
Austin.
that's right. That's right. I will. I'll eventually be there. Those
Yeah.
are my guys. Red Band is a dear friend of mine. And
Yeah.
yeah.
That's
I'll be
awesome.
there.
I'd love to go. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
I really want to go
definitely
there
check it
too. We had Dave Landau on the other day, and he.
It looks beautiful.
he
I saw some
just did it.
pictures.
He
Yeah.
said it's fucking incredible.
Oh, how exciting.
Yeah.
How crazy.
You know
huh?
it's done
Yeah.
right.
Of course. I
Yeah.
mean, they've got Adam. They've got the whole crew.
Yeah, Adam. For those that don't know, he ran the store
Yeah.
in LA. He was like is he like the booker
He was the
or
booker.
manager?
He was the booker, yeah. He
Yeah.
was the booker for a little bit.
So how did you get? So let's go back a little bit. You're a little kid in Brazil, Sao Paulo, Brazil.
Yeah.
And then your family comes to America. Was there
Yeah.
a specific thing that brought you guys here? Was it just kind of the American dream, or?
Oh yeah, we just wanted to swim over and see what happened. My dad made holograms. Actually, my dad was one of the pioneers of holography.
Seriously?
Is she telling us something?
Right?
Is she trying to tell us something?
Cheryl stuck in the well?
Wait,
Take me,
is
Cheryl.
Is Grandma okay? No, is she okay? Cheryl.
No.
She's fine.
I'm like, hold on, as I yell at my dog. Hold on.
Her dog. She's got a Chihuahua, and her Chihuahua is here playing with CeCe.
Cheryl, come get a snack. Mm-hmm. I'm lying to her right before your eyes.
Oh, boy.
Someone just ran in here.
CeCe did.
Oh shit! Now I'm kind of nervous. Should I go check really
You
quick?
can go check.
Okay.
Go
BRB.
ahead.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Hey,
sorry.
Do a read. I'm gonna make her do a read too.
Yeah, okay, good.
CeCe, where's your friend?
Hey, when you support our sponsors, you support TDC, and we appreciate that more than you know. So if you're
Do the other one. I was gonna have her do the Zot read.
okay,
Let's
fine.
make her do it,
Well,
T.
that was the long one, so I was trying to kill more time. That was
That's all
strategically
right.
chosen, sir.
That's all right.
All right, well then, hey, I should be able to do this one by phone.
Yeah, you got this. Just wing it.
Insurance.
Should I go through her purse, by the way? Should I start rifling through her purse?
What's in there? It's
I
not
don't
that
know.
it's tiny.
Find out. She's an open book.
Insurance. We all need it. Most of us don't know what kind of coverage we have or who even provides it. Let fellow TDC listener Brent Wasick from Wasick Insurance Services change all that. Brent has over 30 years in the business and offers all types of insurance coverage: auto, home, health, life, business, commercial, and more. Call Brent Wasick at 734-455-1900 and get a free no-obligation quote today. Again, that's 734-455-1900. And ask for Brent Wasick of Wasick Insurance. If she comes back here and says she's gone, I'm fucking leaving.
I do. I am too. I do not want to deal with her if her dog takes off. If it's a digger, we can't. We don't have like a fucking underground fence.
He's that fucking little chihuahua. Well, actually, he was chihuahua. He's probably. Yeah.
There he is.
Oh,
Close the door. No.
he did not.
No.
Yes, she was on the other side of the fence.
No way.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
Close the door. Yeah. Let's keep him in here.
Uh-oh. That's terrifying. How the fuck did that just happen? I promised you that was bogey-proof. And I have a dog that's looked for every fucking
She's a
inch.
little squirrel, dude.
Holy shit.
Does she dig?
Right?
She might, because I
Wow.
told you I found her in that hole of that place. I thought the hole was already
Yeah,
there, but
yeah.
maybe she had dug it.
Man.
She's an escape artist.
Sorry.
No. She's all good. We're here.
She's
So-
a chihuahua. It's in her DNA.
Yeah, she's good.
I don't remember where we were, but I want to talk about stand-up really quick.
Please.
I got to be honest with you. I get so anxious watching openers.
Oh, Noi.
Fucking.
I
love
know.
the art so much, and there's something. I have so much. I know, like comedians be like, "Oh, it's the lowest form of art." I'm like, bullshit. To get an audience to follow along with you,
Yeah.
and if you don't get them in 30 seconds, you could lose the whole thing. And so there's something
I
about
think the wave
that.
comes around.
It can.
Yeah.
But they're strangers. Like, it's one thing, like everybody goes, "Oh my God, my friend should be a stand-up. He's hilarious." It's like, yeah.
Yeah, there's more.
To people
there's
that
more
know
to it
him.
than that.
Right.
Yeah,
There's
yeah,
a
yeah.
lot more to it than that. And so I watch and I just cringe. I slide my seat. I'm like, oh my God, this guy's eating such a bag of dicks
You're
right now.
so empathetic. I
I
love it.
am.
Yeah.
It's really hard. And
Yeah.
it's
A lot of people feel that way about comedy in general. Like
Really?
watching comedy in general. Yeah. Like,
But when you're out there killing, it's so empowering.
Yeah.
well, yeah, no, it's fun. It's fun to get people who are cynical, like who are like maybe not fully into it. Like, the guy on the side yesterday
Yeah,
who was like
in front
kind
of
of
turf.
uncomfortable.
yeah. I love
yeah.
the two guys you were trying to hook up in the front.
He was
front
so.
row.
That was really cute. They weren't together. Like, they bought those tickets separately.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I could
two
never.
single guys sitting there, and
Right.
she's just
I'm
like,
in.
"Yeah, you look at his
All right.
balls, you look at his balls."
But yeah, I understand that feeling. It's like whether you're a musician, whether you hit the stage and you don't believe in yourself, we can smell it, right? The audience can kind of smell it. So it's really about
100%.
just like kind of hyping yourself up to that to get to the point where you're like, hey, I got this. Like,
Yeah.
I got you. Like, I'll make you feel good.
Was it easy right out the gate for you jumping on stage?
No, I think I got good like last week. No, I jumped on stage right away because I was a performer already. I come from
Yeah.
a dance background. Musical theater is what I wanted to do for
Yeah,
school.
where'd you go, Emerson?
I went to Emerson, yeah.
Okay,
so I was
that's
already doing
the
a lot of
alumni.
performing. Yeah.
Impressive there.
Yeah, I'm proud
Yeah,
of it. Bill
yeah.
went there and
Newberg, yeah.
Eliza and I hated stand up when I went to school. I remember just thinking like, why would anybody fucking do this?
Really?
Yeah, I remember
Like a snobby way?
not
or?
as snobby, but just like it just seems so painful and like horrible and just
Yeah.
vulnerable. And I was still doing a lot of musical theater and dance. And so I was like, I'm an actress.
Yeah, thespian.
Thespian, yeah. And I came out to LA wanting to host. And then I got a hosting gig at National Lampoon, my very first one in LA. And Sandy Danto was the writer on the show, and he brought me to the Comedy Store.
Really?
He's the fucking person I blame.
You started bartending, though, right?
Yeah, right away I started working there 2008.
So Mitzi was still there.
Mitzi was still there, but Mitzi was pretty ill already.
Yeah.
Yeah, in her journey.
So did you like, did Mitzi pass you?
No, Tommy passed me.
Okay.
Tommy. Do you guys know about Tommy at all?
I don't know Tommy.
Oh, boy.
Fill us in.
Tommy was this like surfer dude, blonde hair, just like, well, I know what comedy is. You're not as cool as Whitney yet, you know?
Yeah.
And he was just this really like hardcore dude that we all went through. Like we all kind of like are trauma bonded from working there at that time. And
who were the big players? I mean, that's such a huge comedy scene.
When I started, oh man, it was like, first of all, when I started, it was dead. Like,
were you? I was wondering if you were in that period.
Yeah, it was like
after
nobody
Rogan
there.
And all
Nobody
that.
there. Rogan was like no longer at the club.
He wasn't
like,
allowed there.
He wasn't
was
allowed.
banned.
He was banned at the time for sure. Horatio Sands, I think, was banned, or somebody else, some other random person. But it was Bobby was, Ari, Steve Renazizi.
Yeah.
Those guys were kind of the dudes. Like, oh my gosh.
And Ari was the same way. He was like a door guy.
He was a door guy. God, I saw him getting his dick sucked on stage once.
What?
There, yeah.
Seriously?
A lot of crazy shit. Yeah.
Yeah, rumors he's got a big dick.
He's got huge balls.
Yeah, I've heard that too.
I don't know about his dick being huge.
Yeah.
Well, you watched it getting sucked.
Exactly.
That says everything.
How was he allowed to get blown on stage?
Well,
This isn't
I mean,
a
I don't think he was like
fucking donkey show.
allowed, but I think it
wasn't
was
part of
just
the act,
it was
was
kind of
it?
crazy back then. Like I saw people have sex on stage.
Really?
Yeah, like because late night Don Barris goes on and does a lot of crazy shit. God, he's legend too, and a lot of late night weird shit happened there during those times. It wasn't as like managed, you know what I mean? It was just kind of like we ran it. The comics kind of ran it. And
Yeah, that's great.
I'm glad that I got to be a part of it then, and I got to get in then, and I romanticize that place a lot. It's history and the people that have been through there, and I'm incredibly honored to be a part of the family there, even though it fucked me up.
Do you use the therapist? I know there's like a therapist at all the comics use.
Not at the Comedy Store.
I
There's
thought it
one
was
at the Laugh Factory.
Okay.
Or there used to be one at the Laugh Factory.
Maybe, okay.
I kept being like, is she going to use this in a book?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know how much I want to tell her.
Yeah, it's kind of a cool behind the scenes thing though, that like all these comics are obviously fucked up. And there's like an on-staff therapist that deals with all of them. It's a
great idea.
Yeah.
Well, I think SAG should have that for actors, the union. Like, it's really hard to get insurance paid for.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things I think we should fight for as a union. Sorry, not to make it like, because we're in a strike right now, the WGA.
No, I love the behind the scenes Hollywood thing. I don't want to bore you with it, but I'm fascinated by
Well,
all
it's
of
crazy.
it.
Yeah. And so we're not protected at all in that sense. And especially comics, like there's no protection. There's no union for comedy. So just kind of like the wild, you never know what you're going to get until you get to the club, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you remember like your first time, like I'm not slinging drinks tonight at the store?
No.
I
I only bartended there to do comedy there. Because at the time, Mitzi actually didn't allow women to work the door or the ticket booth.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. I think she just
old school.
Old school, and she was like the big daddy woman there for a long time. So I think that just kind of stayed that way. Like I was not allowed to work phones, but one time Adam Ray let me cover for him, and she
Work
picked up
phones. What is that going to be like? Is there seats available for?
Yeah, people getting tickets, or like the comics call in with their avails, and you like mark the avails.
Oh yeah.
So it's like kind of you're just like working the phones that way, and. She called and she was like, "Hello." I was like, "Welcome to the famous comic." Why is there a woman picking? Who is this? Like, it was crazy.
Why would she not want women? I get the
I don't know.
door,
And then
I guess.
thing.
Like
Who
if there's a real problem at the door, if there's violence.
I don't know. I don't know. I think it just was the way it was. Like, and I now obviously I'm so much more pro women and like making more room for us in comedy. But at the time I was just like, that's the way it is. Like there was not one part of my brain that was like, but I gotta work the door. So I would just sit backstage and just listen because the bar in the front is connected to the stage of the OR. And I would, I knew some people's sets like memorized. Like I knew Whitney Cummings sets like almost memorized.
Yeah.
And I just would sit back there. And that was kind of my way of learning because I couldn't be in the showroom selling tickets. And the guys had a real advantage always. They would get past faster. Guys would take them out on the road. Nobody would fucking take me on the road.
Really?
Nobody. I mean, Bobby was the first guy that actually took me on the road. Yeah, and he does that for a lot of young comics.
Yeah.
But yeah, if he hadn't given me a chance to host and feature on the road, I don't think I would have been as strong on stage, you know?
Is Bobby Lee as crazy as he appears?
He's fucking insane. Yeah. He would fuck with me so bad on the road. I mean, they would call my
so
name,
funny.
you know, and it's like, you're already so nervous as a host because you have to go out cold.
Yeah.
They would call my name. Yeah, you know. It dies all the way down. I'm going out. He won't let me. He like grabs my arm and he's like, no, not yet. And I'm like, Bobby, please. I like start crying because to me, it's been an hour. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He finally lets me go and I have to get them from 0 to 100. I have to. That's my job. And so I think because I got so thrown in there, I learned a lot of skills that are like maybe not in joke writing, but in surviving on stage.
Yeah.
Like no matter what, you know?
It's funny how you see young people make the same mistakes over and over. It's almost like there should be a book or a course.
They have to.
They probably
You have to
are.
feel it.
But you have to just do
You got to learn your own
your
lessons.
time and eat shit for. I mean, you know, I know you don't have any say over the openers of your show, but
I actually usually do. I don't know.
really,
Yeah, I actually I always bring Heather Parsonek as my feature. She's an incredible female comic who's a brilliant writer, and she helps me a lot with my writing. So I secretly love taking her because of all that. But it's hard to get her there. It's hard to because a lot of clubs want to use local people or So I'll always request a woman, but it's not. I don't always get one.
No,
Yeah.
not always.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, I like when Newberg was coming up and he was young. Mark was his manager.
Oh no way!
When
I didn't know
when
he managed comics too.
Yeah,
Wow. So
he
he was
did.
like really in
Start
it.
out.
Yeah.
And so when Chris went out to LA, he was his manager there. But the way he did it was every time a big name was coming through town, he would have Chris feature.
That's so
and,
cool.
And so I would go and I don't care if it was Greg Giraldo or Dave Attell or
Oh, Dave Attell.
Dave
Worship
Attell.
him. Yeah.
Yeah, the best. But it would always be this fucking Chris Newberg kid who would always go up in middle and
This kid with a fucking guitar too. What is this?
yeah. And
Yeah.
he wanted to be on our show. So he was just a go-getter.
I love that.
Hey, aren't you guys? Did I hear you guys are doing something? Is that
Yeah,
real?
we're trying.
Real
Yeah,
talk?
we're trying. Real talk. We worked so well together in Hotties. We were like, whoa, there's something here, and we
Yeah.
care about each other. And he's incredibly supportive, which is really rare in comic friends.
Yeah.
Super talented.
Yeah, very talented. The most referentially fast comedian I've ever met. Like he can just write
That
so
muscle.
quickly. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's so good at puns, even though a lot of his references are before the 80s. And I'm like, oh, what? So yeah, it's just, and we have the show that we're trying to pitch. So hopefully that.
What is it?
It's called Slumber Party. I don't know how much do I talk about it. I'm
Sure.
Whatever you
it's
want.
basically
You have an
it's
NDA?
just no, I don't know. With who? With the
Afraid somebody's
listeners?
gonna steal it.
Everybody at home right now, look in your box. You have a email from
Yes,
us.
Continue.
Look in your box. What?
Yeah.
No, it's like kind of like a game. It's kind of At Midnight meets Pen 15, sort of like an At Midnight spin off for like more,
Yeah.
for us to play dumb games and interview our friends. And, we feel like there's not a lot of stuff on TV that's helping comics anymore. Like there used to be a lot of talking head shows and
Yeah.
clip shows and At Midnights and those like kind of competition shows. And there's not a lot of that. So we'd like to create kind of an opportunity for younger comics too to
Nice.
get in there and
I-
make dumb jokes.
I thought that
in
would
pajamas.
be easy, like the idea of pitching something. Last time Newberg was here, he and Michelle, and we went out to eat
Yeah.
somewhere, and I was like, dude, I've got the show. And he's like, all right. And
Oh,
I'm
no.
like, here it is. And he fucking shot
Two
so many
dudes
holes
naked
through it.
making Legos. What do you think?
What do you
Here,
think?
Sorry.
One of them's short and fat, and the other one's tall.
Oh, I'm in the
Yeah.
juxtaposition. Yeah.
But I was like, no, and it started with a buddy of ours who I've known forever. He was like in
Yeah.
sales, media sales and stuff. So he's a fucking great guy. And he was telling me about this night he's with his girlfriend at home.
Yeah.
They're watching TV, and the little fucking psychopath kid across the street catches him like peeking in his window. And he ends up fucking grabbing this little 8-year-old kid or
Yeah.
whatever. It's like, dude, don't fucking peek in my windows, okay? Blah, blah. And I was like, wouldn't that be hilarious if you had a kid and everybody in the neighborhood is held hostage because this kid's been
He knows all
peeking in
their dirty
windows. He
little
knows
secrets.
everybody's dirty secret. He knows this guy's cheating on his wife. He knows this
Oh
guy's a
my
fucking
God.
cokehead. He knows
What's
this
his
guy.
name? Billy?
His name was
Damien.
Damien.
Damien?
Yeah.
Stop.
And I'm like, how fucking great is
Who
this?
names their children Devil still?
Right?
Damien
And the
is
kid's
literally-
fucking weird as shit. And so it's this like Any town USA block
I'm writing this down.
neighborhood.
It's got legs, right?
And so I'm telling Chris about it, and he's like, what happens with the kid? What happens with blah, blah, blah? He's like he's shooting holes through everything. I'm like, I don't know, dude. I haven't fucking flushed it all out. I'm just telling you.
We're in the opening
I haven't
stages
seen
here.
this.
We're
This seems
spitballing
like
here.
an awesome premise.
It's pretty good. It's like The Slap. Do you remember that show, The Slap?
No.
It's like about a barbecue where they're all like hanging out, and then like a kid gets slapped in the face by someone who's not their parent, and how the drama unfolds within the group.
Yeah.
But I think this Damien thing has legs as a joke where, like, do you think the devil just lays up on wherever, or like he's in hell just waiting for people to name their child Damien, so
Damien,
he
and then
can
he
take
shows
over
up.
their body?
All right.
Why are we still doing this?
The alarm goes off. Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah. Oh, another idiot. There she goes.
Well, I ended it with you could first off, child actor, they suck when they hit puberty. So you'd only be able to do like a season or two with this. In my thought. That's how dumb I am.
Right.
I'm like, you can only do a season or two, and then you gotta fucking kill the kid. Like at some point the neighborhood's gonna be like, like we're having a barbecue at the end of the street.
Is this
the
a
whole block
scripted
party.
show? Is this, I don't understand.
Yeah, it's a scripted show. It's
Okay.
not real. we're looking
Because I'm like, is this a prank show with like an Andy Malinakis or like?
no,
Okay.
no. But it's like I thought it'd be really
Got more of a
fucking,
U vibe.
Yeah, sort of.
Oh,
I
I see. Dark.
Yeah.
Like-
Dark.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd have to get the right kid actor, and then I thought it'd be great, like do it European style, where you only do 2 seasons, and then
I think
it's
that's a great
done.
idea. I mean, you've got to work. Yeah, you've got to work it through a little bit, the storyline.
Yeah. But that's
Well-
the beauty of it too is that every family is a unique storyline. I mean, that
Storyline,
you can
yeah,
do
like
anything you want
everyone.
with, and the more outrageous, the better. Essentially, It
Yeah,
constantly
and
What's that
changes.
show about the
People
family
move
that's
out,
really
people move
sad?
in.
That's like a cry porn show. What's it
porn?
called? Yeah. Oh my God, it's like on
Dixie's
NBC.
Family
It's about a
Trailer?
whole family, and it's like about when the dad was alive and then he wasn't alive anymore. Oh my God, it's so good. Us?
Oh, This Is Us.
This is us.
This is
Yeah.
oh,
I've never
wait.
watched it, but I know. Of
Oh,
it.
it's so good. It's like
one
when
of
you
tear jerkers.
when you're in the mood to like cry
Oh.
hard, but like cry good.
That's the one that like everybody cries.
Exactly.
Watching it, I haven't watched it.
So
for
that would be
reason.
like close to the Damien.
yeah.
Watch it for research for your show that you're pitching.
There you go.
But Chris really took a fucking gun to my idea, not in a bad way.
Yeah.
But it was kind of eye-opening as to like what really goes into writing a
pitch,
show,
and actually
a
pitching
pitch.
something, yeah.
Because it was just me
it's
bullshitting with a
so
friend.
much work, you guys. It's so much work because you develop it, and then there's a million people that also have notes. So it's like it's really about compromise. Because everything you do is going to be a watered down version of your original idea. So it's
Right.
like I've had to learn to not be like so obsessed with my
Attached.
idea, attached to my ideas, because it's like they take the baby and they ruin it.
Really?
Oh yeah, I mean, especially if something goes to network, there's going to be a lot of like people that are thinking about advertising money and whether they're offending different age groups, whether I mean,
Is
before
that a good thing, do you think?
No, it sucks.
I think it
There you
sucks too.
Yeah, as creatives, we don't we almost sort of get to create as much as they let us, And,
Yeah.
I mean, everything that I want to do is dirty or blue or
Yeah.
like offensive or
Honest.
honest, vulnerable. Yeah.
Yeah, vulnerable honesty on stage is the best. It's
Yeah.
the best. Like I was thinking of your comedy, and at one point you said something like, "They're just jokes, guys," or something like that.
Yeah.
Which is true, but I feel like there's a lot of reality in yours. Like it's not like Anthony Jeselnik
The way
where
you
it's like
said it, I love it. Yeah.
set up, punchline,
Right.
like it's Mitch Hedberg style or Jeselnik, where you can tell there's really no
Yeah.
reality in this.
Yeah.
Yours seems very fucking bare bones, honest.
Yeah.
Here's what I'm doing today.
I
Am
like
I
that
right
feeling.
about that?
Yeah, I like people not really knowing. Like sometimes I'll be just saying something and then I'm like, because I put my drugs in her butt. And then
Yeah.
what? Like
Hilarious.
I like the sneaky,
Hilarious.
like, is she for real? Is she not? And a lot of it is really real to me. Like all the female stuff, all the stuff about being gay. Like I have a hard time really talking about stuff that I'm not living. So
Yeah.
and I'm just kind of like a shit writer, so it has to be more autobiographical.
Gotta go with what you know.
No, my therapist would be mad at me for saying that. Sorry, Hector. I'll put $1 in the jar. Yeah, I'm trying to just allow myself to be in the moment and like actually have fun. Because otherwise it's not fun for me. It's like
Yeah.
I have to do the same fucking thing over and over and over and away.
My daughter actually just started comedy.
Oh no,
Yeah. No, I just
Yeah, I know. We're all sorry.
Right?
Yeah.
She did
Yeah.
great, man.
She's
took a
good. I mean, she's
course.
doing open mics and stuff now. She
Hey,
did
you know-
actually the class at Ridley's.
I think it's important to take a class. I wish I took one earlier on because I never really learned structurally like how to write
Yeah.
stuff. So I think it's
Yeah.
important.
Yeah, she's
Every
enjoying
tool
it.
you can learn.
But she's seeing that it's your own little subsect.
Yeah.
It's a cult of it.
Well,
all
but
of its
people
own.
see it, like especially now because there's so much stuff online, right? More than ever before, and
Yeah.
people will do like an open mic, a show, and then they clip it, and it'll get good views, and they go like, "Oh," I'm like, "That's not stand up,
No,
sweetheart."
Right? Ready for that
Most of
special?
stand up is trying things that don't work and being getting comfortable up there. It's a gym, right? So
I don't know how comics get through that, because from what I know about comics, they're very self-conscious. They're very down on themselves. Like, it's a very fucking self-loathing that makes you get up there and share like your reality.
Yeah.
I don't know how they get through that eating shit period. Like, I really don't. Like, it's so hard.
It's really hard. It really is.
you gotta
And
want it.
I would have to eat shit and then go back to the bar. And then, Tony Hinchcliffe would come up and be like, wow, that was bad. And I'm like, 8 more hours of this. But it's you have to not take yourself seriously in a way. You have to let go of your ego.
Yeah.
And that's the work. That's the self-work in life too, So stand-up just kind of accelerates that.
How do you,
that
how do you cope with,
process.
like, when you go up 2 nights in a row, or
Yeah.
early show, late show, and you do the exact same bit, one kills, one bombs?
I don't even notice if shit kills or bombs anymore.
Well,
you guys. I'm not kidding. Like I honestly, it's so different for me now. Like if I feel like people enjoyed it and they're gonna walk up to me at the end of the show and talk to me, that's job well done.
Oh, right.
Like,
Yeah.
I have different things that I also try to do, and I set an intention before every show. Like I'll sit by myself and I imagine it happening, like it going really well, and then David Kochner actually said this. He's like, you decide how the show's going to go before it
David
happens.
Kochner?
Kochner?
Yeah.
Kochner?
Your boy,
Kochner?
David Kochner.
Wow.
Yeah.
Right?
Really close
had
friend
him
of
on
mine. Ha ha ha.
We had him on, and he was kind of he kind of took offense.
How do you know you have been saying it wrong all the time?
Yeah,
it's
am I
David
saying,
Koechner.
no, I'm saying
It's-
it wrong.
it's
I'm
David
saying it wrong.
Koechner.
I've never been able to say his name.
Yeah.
But he told me once, like, he's like, you decide how the show goes. And that really stuck with me. So every show I'll have one little random thing that I'm working on. Like,
trying to work out.
yeah, like whether it's like standing more still or like landing things or like standing up more straight. Like it's really specific, weird
Yeah.
things. Like allowing myself to not start doing jokes like until 3 minutes of the time has passed. Like
Really?
I give myself
why,
these
why,
little...
Why that rule? What?
Because I want to challenge myself to see if I can really like improvise and be in the moment and kind of see what happens. And sometimes when I already know what's going to happen, like I don't go with the rhythm of the actual room.
Yeah.
Because I was telling you, I see it as waves. I see it as a wave.
Yeah.
And sometimes I can like catch the little wave and they'll go with me, and sometimes they don't. And
Crowd work is interesting, different, difficult. I thought you did really well
being
with
really
it.
sweet.
No. I'm not talking exclusively about you. I'm just
yeah.
in general.
Yeah.
Like there are some people. Rich Voss, very good at crowd work.
Really
Like,
good, yeah.
There's
his
certain
voice.
people. Chris does a really good
Rick
job.
Ingram, he's the king of crowd work.
Yeah, but it's hard to do. But I love it when it's done well. You
Yeah,
know?
it comes from being at the Comedy Store for years where there's like 7 drunk people in the audience by the time you get up.
Yeah.
And trying your jokes is heartbreaking because they're not in that same mindset.
Right.
They're not in the mindset to listen, and they want to be involved. You need to grab their attention. So you get good at sort of like involving people in the show. I mean, that's what I love about stand-up. It's happening in the moment. And so that's why I kind of hate the clips and how
Yeah.
people can be so mean about the
You're
clips.
talking
It's
about
like,
the 30-second clip.
right,
they
yeah.
post,
I'm like, what I do is like, there's a whole 55.30 seconds more of this where I'm like massaging them in a different way. And I love that feeling like it'll never happen the same way again.
Yeah.
know?
There's an art to that, I'm sure too. Like
Mm-hmm.
when you talk to some of the crowd, you don't know. Maybe they got a funny voice. Maybe they got a funny name. You don't. It's literally like opening a present every
Oh my
time.
God, I love it when somebody has a funny laugh. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
yes. Yeah. I'm like,
Hearing that one wild woman in the corner that has like an outrageous laugh.
I love it.
It could make a show.
and yeah, it could, and that's why I was like so devastated at how I filmed my special because I really wanted to show a lot more crowd work in it, but it was like midday on a Sunday, like in a city I've never been to. Like,
Yeah.
It was kind of a bummer because I had just come off of doing Acme, like basically mostly almost sold out shows for 7 shows, and there's like this tiny space with all these crazy people there, and
Yeah.
so then to go and do it like officially that way, I was like,
Is there
fuck.
is there when you reach out to someone, like there was a guy last night, for instance, with his girl, they were from the stage off to your right,
Yeah.
that you were talking to, and you picked up right away like
he's uncomfortable.
this
yeah.
dude does
Yeah,
not
he
have an
didn't want
outgoing
it.
personality
Yeah, he
at
didn't
all.
want it.
And it's like, okay, at what point do I move on from this guy? Do I try to pull something out of it? Because you did a little of both.
I'll do a little, I'll play a little and see how much I can.
Yeah.
You know, and then sometimes the audience gets like annoyed with it. It's like, leave him alone. You know, it's a really fine line of being like, you're abusing people to like, they're having fun.
Yeah.
I never want anybody
got
to feel bad.
I thought you were totally playful with people in the end.
Good.
Like, even though the language is rough, it's adult material for sure.
Yeah.
It's funny, but it always like, when you were going on to each person, it was like, they're not going to be mad at her.
No,
like,
I wanted to feel like, oh,
she's-
Jade, you know, she's like my stoner friend.
Yeah.
Like, don't take her that seriously. That's the feeling I want. I want it to feel like I'm a little sister or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
Yeah.
So writing.
Writing.
Are you allowed
My
to?
arch nemesis.
I'm fascinated by this.
Yeah.
The process.
Yeah.
Can you tell people what it's like? Like, how do you even get paid? You're doing all this work for almost like free before something gets picked up. And
Well, you have to invest in yourself.
yeah, is that what
Yeah.
it is?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, you have to invest in your art form and you have to like, you know, you can't just keep it. You have to evolve too. And you have to take the art form to a higher level. You know, if you're not doing that, why do it? You
Yeah.
know? If you don't want to reinvent what you're already doing. I don't know. For me, that my process of writing has changed intensely since I've gotten older. I used to just like write something and go, is this funny? Maybe I'll talk about it on stage. And if it gets one laugh, I'll go off of that beat and then I'll write it off of that beat.
Yeah.
And now I'm kind of understanding what an hour feels like. And so I'm kind of building an hour based on this gay Brazil material. And so that's kind of my like core. And then I'm going off, you know, kind of branching off in that way.
Have you noticed a change in audience as you do? You mentioned the gay. I noticed Troy's got a theory that lesbians have a distinct haircut.
No.
Not always.
Not always.
No,
But
the butch mask
Yeah,
ones
he
do.
does.
you know it when you see it.
Yeah.
And I definitely saw a little bit of that last night. They seemed very interested in you.
It was
And-
very exciting.
And
yeah.
are you drawing more?
I'm loving it because online, my thing is like 80% men who hate your stand-up but hate watch it, hoping you post a photo of your butt.
I love the photo you posted of your butt.
Oh
by
my
the
God,
way.
thank you so
So
much.
one
That
of my
means so
favorites.
Nice
much
butt.
to me. Thank you
Did you
so
see that
much.
on
My
Instagram?
screensaver.
Yeah.
Thank you
on
so
Instagram,
much.
I was like, God, all right.
Yeah, I'm really, I like nudity. I don't care. I want to eventually like
Feel
get people
free.
to feel, oh yeah, no, I am not wearing pants actually. You can't tell. But wait, what were you talking about?
I don't know.
We were talking about, I'm just talking in circles now.
That's
I
good.
feel like.
I like it.
Before I talked about my butt, you lost.
Yeah, we start talking about your butt and
We were talking about,
What
oh,
were
the
we-
lesbians.
yeah, the lesbians.
So they came out last night. So I'm wanting more women to come out, obviously. So
Yeah.
women, if you're out there, because, you know, there's this thing, Bill has that joke. It's like if women came to see WNBA,
Yeah.
they would have a bigger family. It's true. Women fucking come out to see women comics. Like, even if you don't know them, go check it out. You might
Support.
hate it. You might love it. Yeah, go support. These lesbians came out last night, and one of them gave me a golden carabiner.
What?
A carabiner?
What's
Is that like a move? Is that like a Cleveland steamer? What is that?
Yeah, she just ate me right out, dude, right there. I was like, "Do you want merch?" Oh no, oh, okay. No. So a carabiner is like one of those lock things that you use for your keys.
Yeah.
You know that you like when you go climbing too, like
Yeah,
those little.
yeah.
And in the lesbian community, when you're wearing a carabiner, it means you're gay. So that's how you can tell other women, like.
We've always gone off
Or
the
the hair?
haircut.
Yeah, both.
We didn't know.
Or
there
if
was
you're like a dykey
carabiner.
dyke and you have a haircut like that.
So you
But-
guys have your own secret
Like code.
tricks and
Yeah.
language and code. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never heard of the carabiner.
You've never heard that?
No.
So is there
Get
not
on
a lesbian.
TikTok.
So what is there a special significance to a golden carabiner, or did she
I think
pee
it's
on
just
it
like
before
the,
she gave it to you?
no,
or what?
no pee was involved, nor will it ever be for me. But
Really?
thank
You don't like people like? God.
No, is that a thing you're
I wanted
into?
to piss on a girlfriend, or no, I wanted to have a girlfriend pee on me at one point. Sorry,
This turn.
we're going weird.
Okay.
I had this whole thing, and I came on air, and I was
Yeah.
like, I just fucking, why not let her whiz on me? That'd be hilarious.
I'm into
And
squirt, but
she was
not
like,
pee.
"Fuck off!
Yeah.
I'm not peeing on you." And I was like, "Fine." So then you're like, "No, never."
No, that's no pee pee, no poo poo for me. Otherwise,
yeah.
let's
I'm with
play.
you on the poop.
Yeah.
But
No.
No, thank you. But anyway, no pee involved.
What if it was under a clear glass table?
that's the.
So much work for such
But
little.
it's not actually on you, but you get the,
But you want to see
What
it?
is that? Is that the Cleveland steamer? Is that what that is?
No, it's not. It's the
no
Cleveland window steamer.
But no, I think it's the Cleveland steamer, right?
window-
No,
It's the
steamer
window
is
shopper.
on the person.
It is.
I mean, I can't imagine it. They have the glass
No,
fantasy
the glass
in there already.
table that you lay under, and then someone. I thought that was. I could be wrong. I've never done it.
right?
Yeah, relax. Me either. Should we take the table off of this? Cut to, we're just like, oh, wait, I have a 5 o'clock. I'm on the phone.
Yeah.
No, yeah, she gave me a carabiner, which is like, a big lesbian thing. So it was cool that she.
I know. Troy wanted to say hi to you. And
We
it
wait a
was
long
like,
time. I
oh
figured
my God,
somebody
these
was
lesbians
getting,
won't
somebody
leave
was
her the
getting
fuck
ate
alone.
out of that meeting because they came in waves of 2. I thought they were all together, and
No,
then the first
the-
2 left, and then the second 2 swooped
You guys
in.
have no idea because when I first started stand up, like I would open for Bobby, I would crush. And men would come up to me after and go like, I didn't like it, but my girlfriend really liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, okay, bro, cool, thank you. Like,
Yeah.
so
I don't
now
know why
are-
people feel the need to say that. I didn't
I
like
do.
it, but
I understand it now.
do you really?
Yeah, it's
so
intense
rude.
fear that they have in wanting to do it themselves. I think a lot of hate comes from that.
Really?
Frustration of not being able to do it yourself. Like there's a lot of guys who are like, I'm funny, I could do this, but they never do it.
Right.
And then they see like a confident female who they also have like maybe sexual attraction to.
Sure.
And so I think that's like very insulting. It's like this girl who never is doing it.
Yeah.
And I'm not doing it. I'm a piece of shit. No, you're a piece of shit. And that's, I think, the evolution of like trolls.
I can't believe English is your second language.
Thank you so much. I talk
It's
a lot.
unbelievable.
How old were you
Like,
when you came?
I was 12.
Okay.
Oh, I thought you
yeah,
were
it's pretty
11.
deep into
I
it.
was 11. I turned 12 a week after I was here.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
And so
How'd you
you
fuck
didn't
up your own
speak
story?
any English.
It's like harder to say that. I just say 12.
So you
11.
didn't
They
speak
both work
a,
the same.
a lick of English when you got here?
No, I knew how to say like grape, cool. You know,
Really? But not you couldn't.
No, I couldn't conjugate yet.
That must have been crazy hard for you.
Yeah,
because
that's
you're
my trauma.
Like a social butterfly.
Yeah, that's my trauma. Yeah.
Yeah.
That explains like every little thing about me, that transition.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Like
How long did it take?
to speak English?
Yeah.
Months. Quickly. I learned really quickly.
Yeah,
Say
Yeah.
months.
Really
Jeez, that
quickly.
seems fast as hell. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
months for
So,
sure.
so your family lands in Charlottesville, Virginia.
Yeah.
Holy shit!
Holy
I mean,
shit.
you probably had this fantasy idea about what America was,
Yeah.
and it probably all comes from TV, Hollywood, like,
100%.
right? And then
Yeah.
you're in like fucking Confederate flag land, like
yeah. But it was also like kind of an artsy town, so I'm really grateful for that. 'Cause
Yeah.
that's how I found improv and found
How
all
did
that
your
stuff.
family land there? Like,
My
why-
dad was opening a business with a guy who he was one of the pioneers of holography. Like, I was telling you, my
Yeah,
dad made
yeah.
holograms, and he had an opportunity to open a company, and there was like this physical laser table there already, and so they went to open their company. Yeah,
So he's a smart guy.
my dad's super smart. Yeah,
Yeah.
speaks several languages. Like, really loved comedy. That's really why I
Hologram.
initially-
I think of like the Tupac.
That's a projection. He would be so mad at you.
Really?
yeah.
I thought
No, like the
didn't
little
they call it a
stickers that like are
hologram?
3D that when they change.
What about Princess Leia when she's got the message?
Yeah, I guess that's a hologram.
Right?
That's a projection as well.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Fuck.
that's
I mean,
the
they
exact
called it
same-
like a
that's the exact same
hologram.
thing,
Yeah,
though,
that's-
right? Yeah.
Okay,
You're
you
still saying
explain
the
a
same thing.
hologram. What the hell is it?
Well, the way he kind of got into it, he was like a film nerd, and so he was really like into things that were in motion and like still had movement, which is what a hologram is. It's something projected onto a piece of glass, so it's projected so many times that it like moves. You know, it's
Okay.
a still frame shot in multiple ways onto one piece of glass.
Huh.
So that's why there's like dimension to it.
Okay.
I'm doing a horrible job of explaining.
That's
this.
fine.
You look
well,
so
you know what?
confused.
Give us your dad's number. We'll call him at
Yeah.
some point.
Believe
Get him
me,
on the
he
phone,
will
have him
tell
break it down
you.
for us.
Yeah.
No, it's fascinating, and I was so proud of it. And he was like a huge hippie into Pink Floyd, into all the good music that I love now, and
Yeah.
and then obsessed with Cheech and Chong and Andrew Dice Clay and SNL, and so it kind of formed me really early on, you know. And now I know Andrew, and it's cool full circle.
Yeah. Isn't that cool having parents like my
Yeah.
parents grew up in San Francisco in the 60s.
That's so wild.
So like, you know,
Yeah.
my dad and mom saw Janis Joplin in bars.
Fucking nuts.
You know what I mean? With
I
like
would
30
die.
people.
Yeah.
So it's like I grew up as a baby. My dad, like pictures of him dancing with Pink Floyd playing. Like he's a total stereo nerd. So
Yeah.
he got me into the Beatles and like the Dead and everything, all that shit that I still love today. And it's
Same,
like,
yeah.
I'm so grateful
Me too.
that they grew up in that era and period. And like, yeah, it's really cool.
It's cool, yeah.
So then you learn English. You're
I learn
still
English, and then I'm just
young.
like a little white bitch, you know, hanging out with all the Ashleys and stuff. Like, don't talk to me. I became just like a little fucking Virginia
Jade
bitch.
seems like an Ashley.
I know it. I changed my
Jade.
name to Jade. I should have kept it Jaji because
Jaji's cool.
Was it spelled differently? How
No,
was it
it's
spelled?
just
It's the
pronounced
same, just
completely
pronounced
different.
the same,
Yeah.
Not Jade.
No, it's Jaji. And then
Jaji.
I met a girl recently who's like this hot Brazilian chick who kept her name in America. I was like, you fucking bitch, you know yourself?
Smart.
You can go back to it.
I can't go back.
Why?
But my close friends and my lovers call me Jaji, so
Can I call
all
you
you need.
Jaji?
you can call me Jaji.
All right,
yeah.
all right.
Or Jaj.
Jaj?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's when I'm feeling sass.
So do you go New York bound after Virginia high school? What is the transition?
Yeah, I
to get
do.
into-
Yeah, my parents were really supportive of me being in the arts, and really early on, I started kind of doing like local theater and making some money. So they were like, oh, "Okay, this could go somewhere." So they let me do all these like summer programs in New York, and that's why I sound like Fran Drescher because I went to like Hofstra
Yeah.
in Long Island, and then
Not quite as annoying as Fran.
I'll
Drescher's
get
voice.
there.
Yeah.
If I'm around other New Yorkers, don't worry.
Yeah.
And I was obsessed with Howard Stern, obviously, still am. But
Really, I was an Opie and Anthony guy.
I
Oh my God.
have been obsessed with Howard Stern as I cannot even remember a time where I wasn't obsessed. I'm co-hosting the wrap-up show next in a couple weeks.
Are
It's
you
very
really?
exciting? Yeah.
Well, that's pretty cool. So is Gary still doing that?
Gary's still doing it. Yeah.
And, there's-
Rashid. Yeah.
Rashid. Okay.
And he's going to be out, so I'm taking over for him.
Yeah.
A couple times, and it's like a huge honor, like beyond. But yeah, I always wanted to do that kind of stuff, and so my parents let me. And then I went to Emerson. So I was in New York for a little bit, doing school and stuff there, and then went to Emerson, Boston, lived in Europe for a little bit, and then came back.
Did you see that Boston comedy scene in
Yeah,
its prime?
I did.
I mean,
I did.
crazy.
Yeah, all the twins. Yeah, no, I was kind of doing improv at the time, so I would go to these nights where it was like stand up after our show. So I would watch, and I fucking hated stand up. I hated it.
Really?
Yeah, I would like heckle people. I heckled Arj Barker so bad. And at the punchline, at the end of the show, he was like, "What the fuck was that?" And I was like,
yeah.
"I'm really sorry. I don't know what happened." He signed a CD being like, "Never come back."
Yeah.
I think I had a lot of frustrated, like, I want to do this inside me. I didn't even know.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is. People have this, like, well, girls aren't dumb. You're dumb. Like, there was not a voice representing my people.
Yeah.
Like, and women would still be like, and women are dumb.
Do you think women get a bad rap when it comes to comedy?
Yeah, of course. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
I love the Bill Burr clip when the chick is interviewing him, and it's just like at a red carpet or some backstage, and she's like, "Do you think women are funny?" And Bill just goes fucking off.
I haven't
He's like,
seen that.
Just fucking do it, sweetheart. Don't wait for a fucking man to write
Yeah.
it for you. Fucking write it. Get on stage. Fucking murder with it.
Yeah.
And you'll be a fucking funny comic. Like,
Yeah.
just unloads on
I
her.
hate
She's
that
just like-
question, right? Like,
Yeah.
of course. What?
Like, I
Yeah.
think Bonnie McFarlane
Incredible.
is as good
Yeah.
as anyone out there. She's fucking hilarious.
But there needs to be comedy for all types of people.
Right.
We don't have like a fucking Chris Rock anymore, or like one guy, Eddie Murphy. We don't have
Yeah.
those huge people because we're not sheep
Dice.
anymore. We're so there's a niche for everything out there. Like, you want a fucking comic with one arm who plays the ukulele? Like, she exists.
Yeah.
And so it's cool that we have these little pockets of you can find your people.
Do you like that, what you're talking about, or do you prefer the days like only real artists got on stage, got on camera, got behind? Because the more part of my hang up, podcasts.
Oh, God.
Like, my career was in radio. You had to fucking bring something to the table, and then if your show was
Like
successful,
journalism backgrounds.
right? And now every asshole with a $20 internet connection and a microphone is a podcaster,
Right.
And I feel like I'm in this swamp of shit.
Yeah.
Where it's like, how do you even stand out?
A
from
drag
people?
queen said it best. Don't play with my profession.
Right.
Don't act like you can do this when we've been doing it for years and grinding it out.
Working hard and getting
But
fucking
The
eaten
cream
alive.
rises, baby.
It does
Yeah.
it though? Because
In the hot tub.
I
You're
feel
so
like there's-
bipolar. It's yeah.
Yeah, I am.
It does. No, it doesn't. Yes, it does. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
It does, but there are so many. Like, how many people do you know that are fucking murderers row that you've never heard of? That people have never heard of, and you're like,
I knew about Bill for years before anybody. I mean, in the comedy community, we all know the people before they become the people, right?
right.
We all know. I
That's
knew
what
Gerard,
Newberg says about
and
you,
I.
by the way.
Oh,
He
that's
said,
so sweet.
Here's what he said about you, and I don't mean to cut you off.
No,
he said,
I always cut me off for a compliment.
no, he said,
stop.
what you'll get with Jade is, he kept saying super loyal. So if you become friends with her, she's on your team forever. I was like, I love that about her because I'm the same way. If you're part of my fucking crew, you're always welcome in here. like all that shit. Like I love that. And then what was the other thing he said? She's going to be fucking huge.
Well, it's gonna be
Huge.
Huge. She's going to be huge.
Oh man.
like, all right.
Let's hope so. I'm tired, you guys.
It's a lot of work. When I
I'm
look at your
tired.
resume,
Yeah.
do you feel like one of the questions I had written down was like, at what point do you go, I think I made it? I think I made
Never.
it.
I mean, I have moments where I go, oh my God, holy shit. Like I do a lot of like little me, like how little me would feel about where I am today, you know? Like when I land in America and I'm like, what do I want to do? And then I figure out that I want to do this and I'm in Virginia. I'm so far away from this world that, you know, I remember when I found out I was going to be working for Pauly Shore, like how, you know, I worked with like, who's the guy from the O.J. Simpson trial who lived in the backyard?
Oh, Kato Kalin?
I remember like what a huge deal it was to meet Kato Kalin.
Did you meet him?
Yeah, because he was on that first National Lampoon show. He's like one of the co-hosts with me, and I was just like, "This is such a
Yeah, he was on. Was he an E guy?
He was. He did a lot of hosting stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, just like thinking about like Baby Jade and like how far I've come and that I get to do this for a living. You know,
I mean,
and,
you're on Modern Family with Ed
Oh come on!
O'Neill
I had a
and
tiny
Sofia
role in
Vergara.
that one.
I
that
don't
one's
care.
I don't care about that one.
No,
Come
but
on.
I'm watching it. I'm like, that's got to make a young person, like a kid, like, dude, you're going to be on with fucking Al Bundy and Sofia
No,
Vergara.
it's cool.
Like,
And he loves jujitsu, so we really bonded.
Really?
Yeah. And Sophia called me too chummy. And I actually was supposed to do more episodes and then didn't because of that.
really?
Yeah, too chummy. Too
Chum-
chummy.
What does that even mean?
I got like too close and was like talking to Ed the whole time, and I think it pissed her
Yeah.
off.
No, I'm always like
Shouldn't be the only
Newberg.
brown one on the set.
Newberg will call and be like, "Hey, yeah, I've got this movie coming out. Would you mind mentioning it?" And I'm like, "Yeah, what's the movie?" And so I watch it, and it's
Yeah.
him and fucking Kramer, and he's got all these stories about working with Kramer and all these scenes, and I'm like, "That's so cool." But has Chris Newberg made it?
I think
Do you
we're
consider
all-
yourself made it? Like,
No, I think if we did,
What's
we'd
it?
stop.
Define it.
I know,
and
but that's what
You
I'm
got to
trying
keep
to
staying
define.
hungry. You know, you're kind of. Well, I think making it is like being happy wherever you are, because otherwise you're always going to keep wanting more.
And
You're going to be
you
unsatisfied.
never really make it because anything that you actually make, you become bored with and you challenge yourself into something else.
100%. Yeah, you
know what
gotta
I mean?
keep
So
big- you know,
you might make something, but you didn't make it. You know,
Yeah.
No, but
on
yeah.
to the next thing.
The thing somebody told me this the other day is like the difference between an entrepreneur and somebody that work, you know, like and somebody or a entrepreneur. What was the other thing? And an employee and a boss or something. Like an entrepreneur can go on vacation for a month and his business continues to flow.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to build something that like naturally flows without me having to be on the road all the time and grinding out my soul so hard because comedy is a whole thing, and then acting is a whole thing, and then hosting is a whole thing, development is a whole thing, and I'm trying to do
What
a
do you
little
like
bit of
the most?
acting.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I feel like I do in my stand-up a lot.
For sure.
Yeah.
Especially talking to you off air
Yeah.
and stuff like that. I definitely see.
Acting is like I just want to be in movies so badly.
Yeah.
So badly. It
I was
hurts.
going to say,
it physically
what is your
hurts.
end game? Like, do you, would it
Films, yeah.
Films.
Yeah. Especially something in Portuguese. It's a real dream of mine that I'll make something.
Yeah, but you want to make Hollywood money.
No, I do, but maybe it's about a Brazilian storyline.
There you go.
About-
Okay.
A big subject matter for me right now that I'm touching on is third culture kid stuff, which is, have you ever heard that term?
No.
So it's someone who grows up in a different culture and then moves to a new culture as a kid, and developmentally, like that kind of affects you, and you sort of always feel stuck in the middle, you know, like this gray zone feeling, and
In a good way or bad way?
both.
Or
You know, there's a
both?
lot of things you bring two cultures to the table, but you don't really know where you belong. You know,
Yeah.
and it's. I did research. Like 230 million people identify as third culture kids just in America alone.
Real?
Yeah.
What? There's only 330 million of us
Well,
in
you do
here.
the math. No, in the world, obviously, but
230
Yeah.
million in the world. Okay.
yeah, because they, you know, whatever. You come from Germany, you go to Japan, or you know, it's whatever
Yeah.
like combo of thing. But yeah, so maybe a storyline about it. You know, that kind of transitional
Yeah.
point. Lots of butts. You know, I'm thinking out
Lots of
loud.
butts.
Just
I
thinking
like
out
it.
loud.
I like
Brazilian
it.
butts.
Yeah,
Brazilian butts.
Isn't that that's a thing? Brazilian butt lift, right?
Yeah, BBL.
Oh, yeah.
You didn't miss that one on the Brazilian list. How did you
Funny random thing. BBLs, right?
Yeah, right.
I'm pouring my soul out. But BBLs, dude, right?
You seem to like hosting.
I
a lot,
love
too.
it all. There's nothing. I mean, hey, would I love to tour and do like a stadium tour? Fucking of course. Like, but am I gonna grind in that way just in stand up? I don't know. I think I'm too old. I think I'm getting
Don't
kind
you
of over
hate
that
that
part.
feeling? I
Yeah.
feel like I'm too old to do everything too.
I'm like, I'm tired. I don't want to be fucking on the road all the time.
Yeah, it's hard.
But if I had a team, like if I was doing it like Nikki, you know, with a team and a makeup artist and people
Still,
that opening for me.
travel.
I know, but
So
with
hard.
people is so much easier. Like,
Yeah.
I think a lot of that's hard for me is it's the solo part of it, the loneliness part. I get a little lonely.
Yeah, you got your little dog with you.
I got my little dog with me.
Yeah.
Does she do well on planes?
She's like this the whole time.
Right? Is she on your lap now?
Yeah.
See, this is what always happens. CeCe calms down.
See, they
Friends
chilled.
calm down. Yeah.
I'm happy. I'm getting better at just like letting her, like, I'm just doing her fucking thing. She has leash aggression, so as soon as she's off, she's little.
Who, yours?
This one.
Yeah.
Me.
Yeah, I traveled with her once. I got her in Arizona. I was out there
Yeah.
during the pandemic in California.
Oh, nice.
With family. And so I called her CeCe because she was born in Cave Creek, Arizona.
That's so cute.
And so CeCe, but she was like 9 weeks old when I had to fly her back
Oh,
here.
boy,
And
so much
she's
energy, too.
This big, and I had this little fucking thing on my
crate,
carrier on my lap. It was so stressful. And everybody, I mean, she's
Yeah.
adorable, especially when she's this big, you know. I mean,
She
the
just
big
got
blue
used
eyes.
to it right away.
Yeah.
Yeah, I took her like New Mexico after having her for like a week. I stole her from a friend. And so, yeah.
Yeah.
Another comic used to have her, and I was like, she's mine now.
Really? Did
Yeah.
you really do that?
Yeah.
Why did you? Why would this
It
other
was just
comic
not,
let
he
you?
was just not the right parent for her. I was.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Without
right.
saying too much. I was just
Obviously
like,
worked
she's
out
mine.
well for her.
Yeah, he's like, you're taking Cheryl, aren't you? I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
Mine.
she's mine.
I'll have that.
It was meant to be.
So,
Yeah, what do you got over there when those notes? I'm
Oh,
interested.
we didn't
I
get
have
into any of it.
No, I haven't really gotten into any of it. Oh, you know what? You want to go totally oddball off the record?
Okay, yeah.
Your fucking tongue tricks.
Oh, boy. Get under the table.
I was like, okay, this is dumb. I like.
Wonder if you came
I
gay.
could do that
Yeah,
one, and
and-
then you had the last couple I saw you
this
do.
one?
Yeah, dude.
You can kind of hear it on the mic.
Hold on, you're on
There you go.
camera there.
Oh, shit, couldn't even tell. Okay, ready?
There you go. All right. It's like the wave you were talking
Oh, this
about.
one?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
oh yeah. They got it all curled
And
up
then
like
this one I
that,
taught myself.
right? Oh, there you go.
what are you
Both
doing?
sides. I'm twisting them
Twisting it
to
side to
opposite
side.
sides.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, I can't do.
Right?
Is that a Brazilian
Ladies
thing?
fucking
No, it's a
love you.
dialect class thing.
Seriously?
Yeah, because
Like that.
really early on when I was like learning English, I would go to dialect classes to like learn how to use my mouth properly for English.
Really?
English and Portuguese are in a completely different part of my throat. Quando eu tô falando português, minha voz tá diferente, fica numa parte diferente
I was
da minha
thinking the
voz.
same thing.
And then when I speak English, it's like a little slightly different.
So
And you have to like pronounce more with your mouth.
in English,
In English, yeah.
yeah, a lot of enunciation.
A lot of enunciation. And then, so I would have a tiny mirror and I would be like in hours in front of it
So
practicing.
what would you what would be an exercise like?
Like
Sally
the word
sells
world.
seashells down
Yeah.
by the seashore.
Who wore Washington's white woolen underwear when Washington's washerwoman went west?
Wow.
That's a good one.
That's a good one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but all the acting stuff like yellow leather, red leather, yellow leather, red, you know.
What? No, I don't know what that.
You
is.
never done that one? Yellow leather, red leather, yellow leather, red. Red leather, yellow leather, red,
Oh,
yellow
God.
leather,
Yeah,
yellow
wow.
leather.
I
Red.
quit
That's
the
a hard
class.
one. And so I did a lot of it, and then in school I went to school for musical theater, so I did a lot of like dialect, like British or like different accents and stuff. So you learn how to move your mouth properly to do those things.
Yeah. Yeah. It's so there's something so empowering about it.
I always thought it was a natural
Oh, and I'm
thing.
just super good at eating pussy.
right.
It was like made for me.
Is it bad that I think like I bet that would feel pretty damn good.
Yeah, I tried it on a dick for years. Didn't do anything.
Yeah, right? It's
Yeah,
wasted.
yeah.
Wasted
And
movement.
look at my fingers; they're strong. Look at this.
Yeah,
I
I
can
saw
really
you doing
fucking-
that too. I can't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got that little bend at the end.
Yeah, I
to
go
get,
ink,
get that
point,
extra.
point, point.
there
Yeah,
you go.
that's
It's from fingering sand holes.
yes.
Right.
Oh, I just wrote that joke. I'm really proud of it.
It's great. It's good stuff. Again, we are. It's Jade.
You can do it without looking.
No.
Zhuzh.
Catapretta.
Jaji.
Jaji. My Jaji. It reminds me of his mom. What do they call her?
Gigi.
Gigi. Oh, that's so cute.
So,
like
yeah.
grandma. Yeah.
Is that what that means, Grandma?
Yeah, exactly.
Now it all makes sense.
all
Why your
makes sense.
daughters call her
Gigi.
Gigi.
At Ridley's this weekend, 2 shows tonight, 7:15, 9:45. 2 shows Saturday, 7 p.m. and 9:30. 248-542-9900, or just go to comedycastle.com.
Yeah,
You know how
come
to get
watch.
tickets.
Yeah, come watch. It's gonna be a fun weekend.
Yeah. I'm trying to think.
If you're a Brazilian or if you're a lesbian, you're a Brazilian lesbian, and you're not at this show this weekend, you're
do you
a fucking
consider
disgrace.
yourself lesbian?
No, I consider myself pansexual.
Pansexual?
Yeah.
Oh, God. What do I need to learn? What is pan?
I said it on my show yesterday.
I
I don't
know.
care about gender, so I'm not into gender. Like it's whatever you are.
But you acknowledge gender.
Yeah, but like I'll date a trans person, I'll date a woman, I'll date a man. I'm not like I like guys or I like girls or I like trans
Dating a
people or
person.
non-binary people. Yeah,
Yeah.
like I mean, I fuck souls.
There you go.
Okay.
People are like, you can't fuck souls. I'm like, people
Yeah.
fuck ghosts, so
Yeah.
watch me.
Trans people. We have a few trans
I
listeners.
like how you say you're like trans people.
Trans people. Well,
Don't get 'em
some of them
started.
are.
Yeah.
Don't get me started. Yeah, I can go off on a fucking
Okay,
tangent.
yeah, don't.
No, but I love the ones that reach out. Like we have a handful of trans listeners, and they're fucking.
Beautiful.
They like
Yeah.
are worried that shit's going so far down the road with kids and stuff
It's really
that
scary.
it's
It's really
endangering
sad.
them. Like I could read you texts from them, messages
Yeah, I
from
have a
them
lot of trans friends.
where they're
It's
like, "Fuck,
scary.
man, I never felt like it was like dangerous for me before." People just, of course there's an asshole here, an asshole there, but
Yeah.
for the most part, people respected what I was doing. Now I feel like there's a target on my back, and I'm like, yeah.
Can you imagine
I get
just
it.
wanting to be yourself and walking down the street and someone hates you for
Yeah.
trying to be yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah, that sucks. It's
Yeah.
horrible. And people are kind of villainizing now drag queen. It's like the whole art form that brought us together as a community now is being villainized. And it's just, the whole thing is like,
Yeah.
come on, man. And then there's kids that are really mean, right? And they learn from their parents. Like you saw that kid the other day that was like mad and was like, there's only 2 genders. Like,
Oh, the kid wearing the
oh,
t-shirt.
kid, come on, dude.
They kicked him out of school for
Yeah,
it.
yeah. But yeah, I'm like, be who
He's giving a speech at like 8 years old, 10 years old, whatever he is. Like, I wanted to wear my t-shirt at school and they made me take
Yeah.
it off, but I only think there's 2 genders. He's
Fucking
reading some
Damien.
notes, and you're
Fucking
like,
Damien.
We should
Devil's
cast him
child.
for it.
Yeah, literally. He'd be perfect for your film.
There you go.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just like people who are really confident in who they are. Like, that's what's really sexy to me.
Fuck.
I'm so sorry.
Right?
Well,
Yeah, but-
I'm out.
Yeah, no, I am like, confidence is the number one thing
Yeah.
for me. When I see somebody is like really themselves, I'm like, Danny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And long hair. You like long hair.
I love long hair and I love
That's because you
curly
like
hair.
chicks.
Yeah, that's because I
Yeah.
like chicks.
You would have liked us back in the day.
Did you have long hair?
Fuck
you a chick?
Oh my God, I need a photo. You guys need to post a photo.
Yeah. Yeah. There's plenty of them.
I don't
The
know.
only
I
thing I
just,
have left is an old driver's license picture.
you
Yeah.
still have it?
Uh-huh.
Oh,
I'll show
good.
you.
You got to
I'll show
keep
you
it.
that.
Yeah, you got to
Right?
keep that shit forever.
Yeah. You were hosting one of the most iconic shows ever.
Ever.
I don't know why they changed the name. Was it Talk Soup
It
originally? and
eventually,
then
yeah, it
The
changed to the
Soup?
soup when Joel took over.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I took it over after him.
Joel,
And then COVID took it.
in fact, was that what happened?
Yeah.
Was it COVID related?
It was, and it was another like too many cooks in the kitchen situation where I got hired with this executive who loved me, who was ready to like really let me be myself, and then they changed executives within the project, and the new executive had his own ideas, and
Yeah. So what did you do? 2 seasons? One season?
no, I only did one season.
One season.
Yeah, it was.
Was it
the most heartbreaking thing that's
Really?
ever happened to me?
When you look at the alumni from that show alone, I
Yeah.
mean, Joel McHale, Greg Kinnear,
Yeah.
John Henson.
My favorite.
He's awesome.
Yeah, he's
Aisha
amazing.
Tyler.
Yeah.
Hal Sparks.
Love how.
You.
Love them all. Yeah, it's exciting.
Like,
No,
that's
I'm glad that I
crazy.
got to be part of the family, but of course, there's that like, resentment of like I didn't really get to make it make it me, and they.
I felt like the little bit I saw.
Yeah.
I saw your personality, and I was really wondering about that. Like, I feel like it's a unique thing. Each host of that show.
Yeah.
Like that's Greg Kinnear.
Yeah.
That's John Henson.
I didn't really get
That's-
to do me on it at all.
I felt like
they
it
really reined
sort
me
of
back.
did.
Yeah, they really. I mean, the way I dressed, the way I looked, the way I moved my hands. They didn't let me improvise a lot. Eventually.
Yeah.
They scrubbed my social media. No more butts.
Yeah.
Damn.
No more weed talk. No more sex talk.
They
Basically,
didn't want
like,
you to do a podcast.
They didn't want me to do They didn't want me to do a lot of stuff.
You're
that I
perfect for a
booked.
podcast, by the way.
I had one for a bit.
Yeah.
And then it
Shocker.
was called Jaded. Yeah. At the Comedy Store, and then people really their audience
Everybody has
members
a
did
podcast.
not like it. But yeah, it was a frustrating experience, but I learned so much, and I'm so grateful, obviously, for it. But
So how much reign do you have on a show like that? Like, is
None.
it scripted to the joke? Like literally?
yeah, like I would do
And
them very
teleprompter?
freely. Oh, teleprompted. But the thing is, like, I can do teleprompter cold. That's a skill
Easy.
I think anybody that does that kind of show needs to have. Even
Right.
though, fun fact, Joel was dyslexic, and it was very difficult for him to read
Really?
teleprompter. Yeah. I got so many rounds of notes that it's like I didn't even ever really know what I was doing until I would do one read through beforehand really quickly. And then we also didn't have an audience after COVID hit. COVID hit at episode 5.
Oh, wow.
After a year of the most heavy promotion
Yeah,
I've ever
because
done.
it came back after what, a 4 or 5 year hiatus? or
Yeah, it
something?
had been off the air for a while. And so I
Yeah.
did probably like over 1,000 interviews for it. Like
Really?
Oh yeah, because it was released in 13 different countries. So
And Brazil.
Brazil included, which
How
was
cool is
one of the
that?
coolest moments of my life. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I did. There's so much buildup for it, and then when we finally got to do it, and we were like, episode 6 is the one. Like we're like, we got it. Like found the rhythm.
Yeah.
They let me wear a short sleeve shirt. It was like crazy. Like, whoa, you're letting me show my arms.
Here we go.
Really?
Yeah.
Like that
Oh yeah,
bad?
yeah. Like if you watch, I'm like in turtlenecks a lot. They're tight, but I'm in turtlenecks.
Why?
They didn't want to over sexualize me because it was a woman, and there was already a little bit of a
And
shift.
your butt was already everywhere online?
Yeah, well, not anymore. They made me scrub everything. They made me take everything down a year before the show started. It was like a very heavy reset of my social media.
Isn't that crazy they need to do that?
Full
Because they
purge.
know every asshole is going to go through everything you've ever
Yeah, and we found some stuff that I was like, "Oh, that's really my early like podcast with Red Bands." I was like, well, let's take those down just for fun.
Really?
Oh yeah, we're fucking horrible, you know.
Yeah, we are every day. But
also, now that
the
it
more
hurts
you
people-
do shows here with us, like we can fucking go
Of
off.
course.
Off.
But I also want to be my natural self, and I think I didn't know who I was. And then actually, that show Hotties was so incredible for me because they let me be completely myself. Like they really appreciated my writing. Like, me
Yeah.
and J. Chris were just like loose. They kept when I said clip boner, I said cloner, and they kept it. The second that happened, I was like, "This is me, baby. I'm back." And it's like really helped me find myself on stage too. Like so that it's been everything had to happen for me to get here, but I just wish that obviously I got to make the show my own, and like I had years of it under my belt, and like I had the
So
most
what is that,
incredible
like,
writers' room. So devastating not to get to continue to work with them, but
So is that like an earpiece thing? I'll be honest with you,
Yeah.
I haven't seen Hotties. Troy was telling me
Yeah.
about it. Chris is always trying to get me to watch whatever.
oh, it's so dumb.
Shazam
It's
or
so
whatever.
funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's these 4 people go on a date, and I'm watching it from a trailer and
Yeah,
just like
kinda like
commenting on
Punk'd.
it. Yeah, yeah, and I'm commenting, which I was on, by the way.
I know. I want
Very
to ask
early
about that
on,
too.
when it got shitty. Don't worry, it was not with Ashton Kutcher. It was when Nick Cannon took it over. So you know,
Wow. Okay. Gotcha.
Sorry.
you know when it gets there. it's
I
like,
remember Dax Shepard.
yeah, I worked with Dax.
Did you? I
yeah.
love Dax.
He's
Dax,
incredible. Yeah.
Dax's mom was a big fan of our show. He's from Michigan.
Oh, I
And
didn't know that.
Yeah. And so he used to listen to our show
Oh,
when he
no
was really
way.
young. And so then when he
probably still
landed
does.
Punk'd and the Timberlake episode, holy shit.
Holy shit, the guitar one.
Yes.
This is my guitar. God, that show was so good at its
Oh
like,
my
peak.
god,
Mm-hmm.
so good.
Oh my God, fuck. Prank shows, I can't do them. I hate doing them.
Really?
Yeah, when someone's looking at you with so much pain and you keep going, that's a
Yeah.
muscle. That's an Eric Andre muscle that
Yeah.
I do not have.
BJ Novak is.
Oh yeah, no, but
Great
I did a
at-
show called Ladylike that like nobody really saw. It was on MTV. It was like a prank show that was supposed to be like for females by females, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And like it was really dumb shit. Like I'd spill all these tampons, and I'd be like, "Sorry, I'm bleeding out of my cunt," and he's in my ear going, "Talk about the blood more." I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ.
How hard is that to have someone in your ear when you're trying to like perform?
You just get good at it. I mean, your brain splits when you do
Seems
stand up.
crazy.
Your brain splits. It's
Really?
like, oh yeah, it's this beautiful, crazy thing that happens when you're on stage because you have to be a mile ahead. You have to be thinking about what joke is next. What am I going to talk about? How do I close it? How do I bring it all together? And then you're like, who spilled something? Who said something? Who laughed? So your brain like physically splits. Steve Martin talks about it in his book, Born Standing Up. It's really beautiful. But that's the problem because when you get off stage, your brain is still split.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so it's hard to become present.
Yeah.
And that's,
Yeah.
that's the job.
There's so many little weird things. Like when I hear my voice now, I mean, and forever, it sounds the same. Like, the first time you hear yourself on tape or on camera,
You're
it's
like, ew, who is that?
Who's that fucking guy?
Yeah.
Like now I only hear that voice, my normal voice. I'm sure you do too.
Yeah, weird. I've never thought about it like
Yeah.
that.
It's kind of crazy how
I don't
that-
love to watch my stuff.
No, neither do I.
Yeah, I'm not like a
I mean, I like
watcher.
watching your stuff.
I like
fine, but-
watching your stuff. I like watching acting stuff, which is like kind of telling, which is weird.
Yeah.
I hate watching my stand up.
Really?
Yeah, most of my
You
I
were
don't cut-
filming last night.
Yeah, I don't
Someone
cut any of my
was.
clips. I have interns, Emerson interns who are all comedy majors, all female, all queer.
All female, all queer. Is that
yeah.
Can you
Yeah.
even do that? It
I was
seems
going
like
to say
that'd be
that's,
illegal.
I want
That's
to have a
just
look into your
queer
hiring
prerequisites.
They're
practices
the most
there.
they're the most fitting for the job. I don't know what to say.
Yeah.
But I think most of them applied knowing that I kind of catered to that kind of. But it's cool to give back because the female comics I started with were such savage cunts to me. Now that's the way I give
Who
back.
were they?
Come on, man.
You
Put
know
it
who
together,
they
dude.
What?
Come on, when I started, where I started, you know everybody.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
I wanted
so
you to say
No,
it.
no.
No, I'm not going to say it. I don't
gonna
want
have
any
to eat shit
beef.
one day.
I don't want any beef.
No beef. I mean,
No, they were,
friends
you know, the
now.
thing is, it's not that they were trying to be cunts to me. It's that it was not a time where women helped each other and it was very cutthroat and you kind of had to save yourself. You know, I understand the mentality behind it, but it's really driven me to be different as a headliner and to give opportunities that I didn't feel like I had. And I started this group with this girl named Abby Robertson. She started it initially called Loca, and it's all women in the industry. And now we have a chapter for female comics.
Wait, doesn't that mean crazy chick?
Loca does mean
Loco.
crazy chicks,
Yeah,
but it's
okay.
no. So now we have 800 members, and it's just women helping each other out. We
Really?
do showcases and we do classes, and
That's sort of a new phenomenon for entertainment. Back when you had to get hired in somewhere, whether it was radio or comedy or TV, it's so
Yeah.
competitive. Like when we would do a morning show from 6 to 10, Howard Stern was on at 6 to 10. Like these are not your friends.
Right.
This is fucking brutal competition. Where now it's like, oh, I'll get to that podcast tomorrow. I don't have to listen to it live. It doesn't go into the ether from 6 to 10 and then it's gone forever. So you really can't. And I know a lot of radio friends that really have struggled with that. Like, dude, no. You can come on the show and you're not
should help each
competition.
other. Yeah, you should help each other.
Like that's
Yeah.
the best way to do it. Helping each other.
A lot of cross
Yeah.
promotion too.
Cross
There's a lot of stuff.
promotion.
yeah, that's the whole thing. It's like
Totally.
help me help you, and yeah, it's cool. It's cool seeing all these women like become more confident over time. Oh, and it's Ladies of Comedy Association, by the way, not Loca,
course.
just crazy.
Yeah. Double entendre.
Yeah, double entendre. But it's cool, like seeing them grow, and then I actually grow a lot from teaching them. Like I'll do groups where I like help with tags, like people with their tags. Like I'll help them punch up, and from punching up, you learn so much about yourself too. It's cool.
Is there a lot of fat?
Anytime.
Yeah.
Oh shit! It's 5:30 right now.
Yeah, we'll wrap up.
Holy shit, you guys! Time passes.
I know, dude. You're awesome.
You're awesome.
You were so much fun. JadeCatapretta.com. Check out her special, Jaded. Go to Ridley's Comedy Castle this weekend.
Please.
There's
Definitely.
4 shows. Make her feel welcome. You're an awesome personality.
Come
I
on.
love your smile. We run in similar circles. I love
We
it.
do.
Yeah,
we're both
dude.
little fucking foofy, and we're
Yeah.
and we're so insecure.
So
We can
insecure, and we love our dogs.
We love our dogs.
You guys are so cute. Did you just get engaged?
Your
might
boyfriend's
have-
so jealous.
Oh, he is,
dude.
as he should be.
So you
Jesus.
talking to my bro?
I've so much shit I never even gotten to. I'm glad I got the tongue.
I could
twister,
talk.
though.
Yeah, I could talk to you guys forever. This is so fun. Thank
Good.
you so
Anytime.
much.
Thank you
Yeah.
so much. That means the
Yeah.
world to hear. Good luck this weekend, and I can't wait to do it again soon with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
We got to
should
take a picture like this.
Yeah,
Like
let's
for-
take a
yeah.
picture.
Oh.
Will you do a? We have to get a
Of
commercial.
course.
There you go, here
Is
you go.
this Zot or Ford?
Zot Ford is the name of it.
Okay.
Yeah, it takes a minute.
Oh, she's
Yeah.
doing a dry run.
Yeah, because it's.
Hey, when you support, read it whenever I'm ready.
Yeah, go
anytime
for
you
it.
want.
Okay, hey guys, when you support our sponsors, you support I'm sorry, I already fucked it up.
See? That's
fine.
TDC. Wow. Okay. Well, I am a little high too.
Good.
We did it off camera, so probably shouldn't have said it on camera. But
No, you can do that.
All right. When you support our sponsors, you support TDC, and we appreciate that more than you know. So if you're in the market for something new or pre-loved, or if you just want to sell your car, please give our friends at Zot a shot. I mean, they've been with us since the very beginning, and they love taking care of you. So get out there today and lease a new 2022 Ford Bronco Sport Big Bend all-wheel drive as low as $298 a month, or buy the damn thing with 1.9 financing for 72 months. How good is that? Or you could stop by a Zot and lease a new 22 Ford Explorer XLT four-wheel drive as low as $282 a month, or buy this cheeky bastard with 1.9% financing for 72 months. I already said that part. I just realized it. But you can finally go and lease a new 22 Ford F-150 Super Crew XLT 4x4 at $244 a month, or even lower. I don't know how I could get any lower, but we could do it. Yes, you could actually save another $20 or $50 a month if you qualify for a Ford private offer. Give Anthony or Gabara a call today and see if you're eligible, because you might be. Plus, you can buy this bad boy with a 2.9 financing for 72 months as well. I already said that so many times.
I know. Yep.
Get details and search Zot Ford's banging inventory at deals.
In the D.
Dealsinthed.com.
Yeah.
It's Detroit.
Detroit. The D.
You guys heard it here first.
Very
Bravo.
good.
Well done.
Wow, they say this. Okay, so they
Yeah.
said the 72 months
It's
twice.
too much,
I thought I
right?
said
3
it.
times.
It's
Do you guys
too
need
mu-
that clean?
Yeah.
Okay,
I
here we
didn't
go.
write it.
No,
but
we don't. It's,
Are you sure?
That comes from him.
You know, and I
it's
mean,
a
do you
thing.
want it clean again?
How would you clean it? No.
Oh, how would I clean
Oh,
it?
God. No,
no,
you're
no.
fine.
Oh, I would not say the 72 a month 3
yeah.
times.
I feel like it's a bit much, right?
I think that you can say all of this really within 4 sentences.
Yeah.
But then it takes way less time to read.
Steve likes to put his little jokes in there.
String
Steve
it out.
Gabarra
But do
is
you
the-
want it? Do you want it from scratch, clean?
No.
Okay.
Hell
I could
no.
do that
'Cause it's pretty fun.
I started doing that.
I love
and
doing
I got
that.
my pee-pee slapped for it. So now I read them verbatim. As
Oh,
they
I
come
see.
in.
I see.
Yeah.
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 I
So
started
if you think
streamlining
I
it.
wrote cheeky bastard, you're wrong.
No.
No, I like it. I like
Okay.
stuff like this.
Yeah.
You guys know it's my dream to be on the radio. So
Really?
yeah, that's my dream to have a radio show.
Oh my God, let's
yeah.
do it.
That's all I want to do.
I
Wake
need a
up in my
lesbian chick
pajamas.
on the show with us.
Oh my God, I'm Pan. How fucking
Dude,
dare
Pan.
you?
I Pan even better. Fucking
Dead
better.
sexer.
How dare you?
Dude, you're awesome.
Thank you guys
Let's
so
get you to the
much.
club so you're
Absolutely.
not late.
Let's do it.
Thank you
Bye.
so much for coming on. All right, everybody. Have a great rest of the weekend. Go see Jade this weekend at Ridley's. And we'll be back on Monday. We'll see you then.
Bye.
Bye.